Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. This question is to the Prime Minister. Has he recently had reason to have lost confidence in any of his ministers? If so, why?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, no.
Supplementary question. Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Did he or his office question the Minister of Revenue as to how a Dominion Post journalist received inside information leading that journalist to write on 5 February this year, and I quote, "A ministry briefing leaked last night, suggests Nova Pay needs a fundamental redesign," end of quotes, and outlining that Inland Revenue...
Order. Will the member please continue with this question? Order. Order. The member please continue with this question.
Well, Mr Speaker, down here we can hardly hear a thing because of the noise.
The noise, there were interjections, I acknowledge that to the member, but they were not that loud. They are often substantially louder than that. Would the member please start his question again? And
thank you, Mr Speaker.
On this occasion.
Did he or his office question the Minister of Revenue as to how a Dominion Post journalist received inside information leading that journalist to write on 5 February this year, end of quotes, beginning quotes rather, "A ministry briefing leaked last night suggests Nova Pay needs a fundamental redesign," end of quotes, and outlining that Inland Revenue had installed a senior manager and small teams of payroll experts at the Ministry of Education to sort out the Nova Pay mess.
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, well, I certainly haven't. I'm not aware of my office doing such a thing. And from what the member seems to be saying, I haven't read the article. I may have read it at the time. I don't have it in front of me. It does sound like it's quite possible that a journalist could have information on that simply because it was in the public domain anyway, that Nova Pay was going to be substantially reworked.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary question. Right Honourable Winston Peters.
As Prime Minister and Minister for the Government Communications Security Bureau, did he or his office investigate the leaking of an internal survey on the GCSB to a Dominion Post journalist outlining how low morale at the GCSB was, as reported in the Dominion Post on 16th October 2012?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, no, not to the best of my knowledge, no.
Supplementary question. Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Has he directed his staff to investigate how a journalist from the Dominion Post obtained information that led to a report that Parliament's Intelligence and Security Committee members were being muzzled from asking detailed questions on the .com saga, as reported in the Dominion Post on 13 December 2012?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, no.
Supplementary
question.
Supplementary question.
As Prime Minister and Chair of the Parliamentary Intelligence and Security Committee, does he believe there is a leak in that committee? And if so, who does he believe is that leak? Mr Shearer, Mr Norman, Mr Banks, the Prime Minister himself, or the remaining member of that 5-member committee who wrote of the GCSB on 24 October last year, quotes, "I am starting to feel very uncomfortable," end of quotes?
Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Mr Speaker, no, I don't think there's a leak. It's possible that someone's made an indiscreet comment. If they had, I'm sure that they would regret that.
Question number 5, Honourable David Parker. Order. Question number 5, I've called the Honourable David Parker.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question